Maybe the problem is not what happens to you. Maybe it is how fast everything gets control of you. One message changes your mood. One comment ruins your focus. One delay creates frustration. One small problem affects the tone of your whole day. When everything moves you that quickly, peace becomes fragile. And most people never notice why. You spend the day being pulled by small moments, and by night you feel drained without fully knowing why. Many people live in automatic reaction mode. Something happens and emotion responds before awareness does. Before understanding the situation, they already reacted. Before breathing, they already felt too much. Before thinking clearly, they already turned a small moment into stress. This is why ordinary situations feel bigger than they really are. The problem is not always the event itself. Often the problem is the speed of the reaction. A fast reaction gives too much power to small things. And when that becomes a habit, life feels heavier than it needs to feel. Many people lose energy this way every day. They replay one comment for hours. They carry one delay as irritation into the next moment. They let one inconvenience shape the mood of the whole afternoon. That is how small moments become expensive. Stable minds develop one simple skill. They pause, sometimes only for a few seconds. But those few seconds matter more than most people realize. Because in that pause, you return to yourself instead of being carried by the moment. You see more clearly. You feel emotion without becoming emotion. You notice the impulse without obeying it immediately. And you create space for a better response. That is a powerful form of self-control. Between what happens and your reaction, there is space. And in that space, there is power. Power to interpret better. Power to slow down. Power to avoid repeating old patterns. Power to choose a smarter response than your first impulse. Most people skip that space and live inside reaction. Stable people learn to use it. Most never do. That is where emotional strength begins. Not when life becomes calm. When you become less automatic. Maybe you do not need a calmer life right now. Maybe you need more pauses inside the life you already have. A pause before replying. A pause before assuming the worst. A pause before letting one moment define the whole day. Because when the mind learns to pause, not everything becomes stress, not everything becomes conflict, and not everything becomes heavy. You stop handing your state to every random event. You become steadier in ordinary life, which is where most life actually happens. What used to control you starts losing power, and peace stops being so easy to lose. Be prosperous from the inside out.